Hi, I'm Matt Moore, and this is my dad, Brent Moore. And I'm going to ask some questions about the 50s through the 80s. And what do you remember about Ray Kroc?
I remember he invented McDonald's, and I remember going to Bangor when they first opened. I believe it was on Broadway. In the mid-'60s we went. That's all I remember about that.
Okay, The Tonight Show.
I watched The Tonight Show quite a bit with Johnny Carson. I believe that came out in the mid-'60s.
Ray, you remember Bonanza?
Yeah,
Did you ever watch it?
watched that. That had Lorne Greene, Michael Landon. I can't remember the other fellas on it. That was a good show.
What about John F. Kennedy? You remember when he got shot?
No, I don't remember him being shot.
You were one when he
I
was shot?
1 year. I was only 1 year old.
Oh, Vietnam.
Yeah, I remember watching on television the troops coming back and forth and the protests and all that.
What about John Glenn?
I know that I believe, one of the first to go into space, and what a smart man.
The Cuban Missile Crisis. Do you remember anything about that?
Not a whole lot, just what I read in the paper, what I have read about. I was quite young when that was going on too. So.
Do you remember Bob Dylan?
Yeah, I remember Bob Dylan. I never really listened to him much, but I knew he played in New York coffee houses is where he got his start.
Do you remember the Beatles and stuff like that?
Yeah, I listened to the Beatles some, not a whole lot, but
yeah.
I remember the big uproar when they came to the United States.
What about that show All in the Family?
Yeah, I used to watch that with Bunker.
Do you remember Watergate?
Yeah, I remember Watergate. Some of that. I was kind of quite young too then. I remember reading about that.
What about when Ford pardoned Nixon?
Yeah, I remember that being on the news. That Nixon was impeached.
And the Alaskan pipeline?
Yeah, I have relatives in Alaska that helped work on that pipeline. I remember when that was put up.
Do you remember when Elvis died?
Yeah, it was 1975. I remember hearing that he had died.
Was it in the newspapers?
Yes,
and
it
stuff?
was. Yeah.
What about when Chrysler went bankrupt? Then
Yeah,
you got
I
bailed
remember
out.
both times. The first time was when Lee Iacocca, after they went bankrupt, he turned them around. And just recently they went through bankruptcy again, but I guess they're doing better now. So.
Do you remember when John Lennon was shot?
Yeah, it was January 8th, 1980. I was first year in college, first semester in college, and my roommate was a big Beatles fan, and he was really shocked when we heard it. We were both sitting at the desk, and it came over the radio that Lennon had been shot.
What about that Exxon oil spill?
I remember that. Yeah, that was.
It was in Alaska,
80s.
right?
Was that in the early 80s?
Kevin's worked on it, cleaning it up.
Yeah, and we have relatives in Alaska, like I said earlier, that they help clean it up. They go on the beach and clean off stones and
And animals and stuff.
yeah.
Okay, that's it.
Yep.